Yo, how's everyone doing? I think we should be live here. I'm gonna give it all a second for people to file in. So if you're watching a playback of this, jump ahead a moment. But today we are gonna talk about chord changes and field all your questions, right? The point of these live streams is to help you all out, right? I want to offer an hour a week to whoever's got guitar questions, feels stuck with anything. So totally open to any ideas, any questions. Talk about any topic that I can talk about intelligently. I can't talk about all musical topics intelligently. So I'm going to focus on chord changes until you guys have questions, because a lot of students have questions about chord changes and how to practice them. And what do we do, right? Do we just throw our hands around and put in pointless repetitions, or is there a better way to do it? Of course, I don't have any certain answer, but I'm going to share with you what I've learned over the years, what's worked for me, and what I think has worked for my students when they get stuck on things. So, looking good, man. Loving the new camera. Yeah, thanks, Colin Doyle. I appreciate it. Finally, after like 6-7 years of doing these tutorials, I invested in a camera. I used this webcam for it's like $100 webcam. It's fine, it did the job, but I finally bought a proper camera. It looks good. Oh, and look who's over my shoulder here. Thank you, Anders, so much. We got Blaze. We got Blaze in the house. And I don't even think I introduced you guys to the Dylan either. Look at this unbelievable artwork I have. I think if I get on a frame, it might refocus. Yeah, look at that, dude. Look at this artwork Anders Fernbach has provided us with. What a backdrop. It's like insane how much it's like the Big Lebowski. It really ties the room together. But no freaking joke, man. It's unbelievable. Like whenever I walk in here, I'm just, it's really amazing having like great artwork up on the walls. I know Blaze is kind of like fallen in that picture frame. Not all picture frames are created equal, guys, and I don't know how to frame pictures. You think it'd be self-explanatory, but Blaze is sagging a little bit. Just unbelievable artwork, and that's Anders Fernbach. Let me, I'm going to throw him in the chat. Guys, check out his work and drop him a line and tell him thanks. It's at Anders Fernbach on the Instagrams, and yeah, he'll let you know. Or just I'm getting distracted by things. Let him know that, dude, you're making Mike's Music Method's room look awesome, and it's inspiring my guitar playing. He'll appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about chord changes. Again, this is for you guys. I know there's about 10 of you right now in the chat, so chat away. Let me know what you'd like to see. But chord changes. So there are a couple of really important things here. And a couple of them might sound a little woo to you, but they work. So first things first, whenever you're playing a chord or even a single note, meditate on the tension. A lot of times when we're working on something hard, and this is even more important to stop when you're actually in the nitty-gritty of practicing. So to get in the habit of it, you can set a timer for like 10 minutes. Right when you start practicing, set a 10-minute timer. And then wherever you're at in that 10 minutes, the timer goes off. Focus on your grip, and what I want you to do is just hold down a C chord, right? Play, maybe just pick the notes that you're fretting, and what I want you to, here, let's do it with one note first. If I'm on that 3rd fret, I'm slowly going to release that pressure, just release a little bit until you hear it fart, right? Farting out, it's gone. Now I'm going to ever so slowly start to increase pressure, little by little. Now I'm hitting the fretboard. Now it's clean. And you're gonna notice like, whoa, that's way less pressure than what I was just doing. And you can even mark it at the beginning, right? When you're in the middle of a song, stop and be like, all right, what's my pressure? And you're like, man, I'm squeezing this like an 8 out of 10. Then you do this exercise. Oh man, I'm already at like a 4 out of 10 and I'm still getting a tone. 3 out of 10, 2, starting to go. Totally at a 0 out of 10. I'm not doing any pressure. Squeeze it back down. Maybe a 1 out of 10, 2, 3 out of 10, and I already have tone. So that alone is going to save you a lot of undue strain. It's going to avoid fatigue. You know, there's people who have to get like carpal tunnel surgery. Chantal, we're praying for you. She's a great member of the Discord, has to get carpal tunnel. I don't know if it's guitar related or not. I don't think it is. I think she's had it for a while. But that's an amazing thing to do when you're practicing both chord changes and otherwise. But let's talk directly about chord changes. I call this practice as the crow flies. Don't know what else to call it. Let's say we're doing I don't know, let's go from C to F. Let's make it a little tricky. And let's say we're doing a thumb over the top F. So I got this happening. C going to an F. What I'm gonna do first is pick only one finger and hyper focus on that one finger. So going to C to F, I'm only gonna focus on my pointer finger here. Let me stand up for a second so y'all can see me better. So what does my pointer finger do here? It does nothing, right? It stays in the exact same spot. So nothing happens with my pointer finger. Easy enough. Now I'm going to focus all my attention on the middle finger. All right, when I'm on the C, the middle finger goes straight down. So it's just going straight down. Can I kind of close my eyes? Right? Fourth string to third string, fourth to third. Try to put that in context. My middle finger goes straight down. What's my ring finger doing? Same thing, it just goes straight down, right? So my ring finger's just doing this. Can I close my eyes? Feel that? Alright, now, those two are going straight down. I got that. Right, maybe I'll just practice that. Forget about the thumb for a second. Right, do the C, the simple F. Now, when those two go down, I'm simultaneously wrapping the thumb. And then also like focus on the way up, right? They both go up, and I'm releasing the thumb. So now just only pay attention to the thumb, right? It's just release. That's all that's happening. And we're doing as the crow flies. Let's do another one. Let's do C to D. Because here we have a lot of things. Or let's do C to D. That works. So let's focus on the pointer finger. The pointer finger is journeying from the first fret on the B string to the second fret on the G. Right? So I sort of hold the guitar and do this. So I can just do this. It's going to go up. So I do have to kind of move my hand, right? So can I get used to that? Just that pointer finger moving to the second fret. As the crow flies, no weird motion there, right? Just kind of got to move the hand a little bit. I mean, I'm tucking the finger and the hand moves a little bit. Right? I'm just focusing on that pointer finger. Now, what's the middle finger doing? Well, the middle finger is taking quite a journey all the way down from the fourth string all the way to the first string. So can I get used to that without the chord, right? Meditate on it. As the crow flies, no unnecessary motion. Because the most common mistake I'll see is something like this, where someone will bring the middle finger all the way down to get there, and then look where my ring finger is, look where my pointer finger is, then they bring them back up. You don't know how often I see that. Sorry, the microphone's way back here. Am I super quiet? Sorry, guys. Cannot practice while at work, but I am listening. Hello, everyone. Yo, live to fly. Yeah, you're supposed to be working, dude. I see MJH, I click. That's right, I know. All right, so let's do that C to D. I don't know how well you guys could hear me when I was up there with the microphone being way back here. But, so our middle finger, we're dancing all the way from the fourth string to the first. And so I'm just going to do that, close my eyes. That one's dancing. Now, before I even get to the other finger, what was the pointer finger doing again? Oh yeah, it was sneaking up and sliding over. All right, so going on a little angle from the first to the second. Can I do just those two fingers? And that's going to go all the way down. That's going to go up. So it's going to sound like crap. I'm not really playing the chord, but I'm trying to do these two fingers, pointer, middle, and the C chord. I'm not worrying about my ring finger yet. So not that it matters, right? We're not chasing that. As the crow flies, this goes up as that one goes down, right? So I'm being very deliberate as this pointer finger goes up at the exact same time that this pointer finger goes up and moves. The other one's going to go down right? So I want, and then again, focus on the way back out too. All right, well, the pointer finger is going to go back. That's going to go straight up. And I know this seems like stupidly simple, but I really want all those motions to be like really, really fluid. No extra motion. Can I do that with very little tension? When I grip it, can I only be at a 3 out of 10? Once that dance feels good, we can start talking about that ring finger. It goes from the 3rd fret. This one also goes down to the 3rd fret. So now so practice that first, right? 5th string to the 2nd. Big jump. Can I close my eyes? Get them there. Now let's focus on let's mix it up. Let's do the ring in the middle. What are those two doing? Well, they're both just going down, and they're actually adjacent. I'm going from 5 and 4, 3, 2, to 2 and 1, 3, 2. Oh. So those kind of stay the same. You'll notice, this is interesting, I never even realized this before, that a C chord and a G chord and a D chord all have the same orientation between the ring and the middle finger. I guess I never thought about that with the D chord. So now let's put all 3 together. Remember, these 2 are just going to drop straight down, and that middle finger is going to come up. And you want to feel that. Then same thing when I go back. These 2 are coming up, pointer finger is going down. Can I feel that in my hand when I'm doing it? All right, ring and pointer are going down. Ring and middle are going down, pointer's coming up. Then the opposite, ring and middle coming up, pointer going down at an angle. And go as slow as you have to really feel that. And then another thing you can do, this sounds ridiculous, is like, can I move these fingers without the guitar? And here you almost feel it more, what has to happen. And in some ways, people are like, oh, air guitar, like I can air guitar any solo. But to really have the tactile sensation of the guitar and feel the changes, it's actually harder to air guitar than it is to play real guitar, if that makes any sense. So I'm really trying to hold my hand here and envision that C. The 2 fingers go down, the pointer comes up at an angle to get to the D. And I'm telling you guys, you're going to play C to D 18 gazillion times in your life. So spending 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes doing this is so worth the investment. It's like embarrassing that we don't do this stuff more often. You know how often C to D happens? Or G to D, and it's like, so spend some time figuring out exactly what that feels like, and don't waste any movements, right? As I said, don't do this. You know, I know the middle finger's gotta go real low, let's get them there, and then let's pull these up. And if you watch like beginner players in slow motion, you'll see this. Their hand goes all the way down, the middle finger gets there, then the other ones have to come back up. Now watch when I do it. I'll do it in slow motion. Everything's as the crow flies. There's no wasted motion. Everything's going straight where it needs to go. So that's it. Those are like my main things on how to get these chord transitions smooth. You can do it with any chords. Anytime you're learning a song and you have any little hiccup, stop what you're doing. Stop doing the fancy finger picking. Our brain can only do so many things at once. And I talked about this in the last video I posted about when to not look at tabs. But what was a thing I read recently is that, and I don't know if it's true, right? But it's directionally true, that 40% of your brain power is going towards your brain processing your vision, your field of vision. So if you think about that, it's like, man, there definitely are times then where I want to close my eyes because I can put that much more attention into the pressure, or rather the lack of pressure that I should be using on the guitar neck, and exactly what each finger is doing as the crow flies. I hope that makes sense. We got some comments in here. Mr. Ryson says, hey Mike, I can't stop bringing my pointer and 3rd finger before the ring, and it gets really messy. Do you have any tips for this? Love your content, by the way. So I can't stop bringing the pointer and the 3rd finger before the ring. Pointer and 3rd finger before the ring. Isn't the 3rd finger the ring finger? And are we talking about a C to a D chord? I'm quite confused. I love how smooth you transition. Well, yeah, that's what we're after. Oh, and then user DFP999 says, I love the tutorial, pray for rain. Dude, Nat's a great player. If you guys don't know Nat Myers, he's got one record out. Check it out. Phenomenal, man. He's like one of the few guys playing old school blues and like doing it, not only doing it real genuine, but writing new stuff, you know, presenting new material in a tradition, like so honest to the tradition. A really cool player. And man, it's heartbreaking. The kid's like going through a lot, real rough cancer diagnosis, and he's had a heck of a frickin' year or 2 years or however long it's been. Great album, Yellow Peril. Check it out. You always give great advice, Mike. I have a tutor student, but I'll swing you a 5 for the free session. Yeah, dude, To Live to Fly. Thank you so much, man. And if any of you guys out there are not supporting, please do so. I'm really trying this year to like, it's almost like a livelihood. I mean, I still got to teach private lessons, but your support is really helping guys, and it's like a dream come true. If you're not supporting, know that like $5 a month, $2 a month, or the occasional like 10, 20 bucks tossed in my Venmo means so much. You know, I think I'm doing good work here by making all this stuff available to everybody. So help out with the channel. I really appreciate it. Nat's the real deal. Yeah, he is. So everyone listen to Colin. The guy is the real deal. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Risson. I don't know exactly what you mean, but yeah, I think you just got to do what I did. Like, there are certain habits that, not even habits, I mean things that are literally ingrained in your body that like a certain finger is just not going to want to go with the other finger. And you just don't play that finger for a while then, right? Play a D chord, C to D, where I'm not even playing the ring finger, right? I'm just doing pointer and middle, and I'm making sure that that transition from that C to D, I know it's not a full D, but you get what I'm saying, I'm using those fingers, is perfect. And then I'm going to try to add that finger and go super slow. Be like, all right, ring finger, I'm looking at you, man. I'm looking at you, okay? Everyone's watching you. You can't get away with anything sneaky, all right? Don't be a creep. Don't do anything weird and sneaky. You're just going straight down to that darn 3rd fret of the 2nd string. You're not letting the other guys wig out. We're doing it, right? Just go slow. Hey there, everybody. No Name. Good to see you, No Name. Happy you're in the chat. That's all I had planned. So, guys, please ask some questions here. Those are my 2 things on chord changes. I don't want to, beat a dead horse. That is really valuable stuff, I think. And I don't want to overtalk it. I want to keep it simple. Just go slow. Do it slow. There's also something to be said about learning some harder shapes. When you start putting your fingers into harder shapes and then you go back to like a D chord, you're going to be like, oh man, this D is easy, right? It's like if you start training for a half marathon and you spend, a long time doing that, well, to go run like a 4K probably isn't going to feel that strenuous anymore. And what I mean by more complicated chords is you can look up like 7th chords. You're kind of like the most popular 7th chord shapes, major 7, minor 7, dominant 7. And these are beautiful chord shapes that you can move up the neck. Like people might hear them as like jazz chords. Get those down, when you go to a D, you're like, oh yeah, you gotta be kidding me, a D. It's pretty easy. Good to see you too, Mike. Yeah. Give us some Dave Rawlings tutorials, please. Oh, yeah, what would you like to hear? I've done, I did his guitar part on, I think I tabbed out a couple. I think I've only done one tutorial though. And I've done a Rawlings song. At least I thought I did. I'm drawing a blank, but if you go to mikesmusicmethod.com or just put, come on, what if we search me in the YouTubes? I'll tell you right now. And what's her name? Jillian? Mike's Music Method? Jillian. Gillian? Dude, I don't know. Jillian. Yeah, we have one little song. And dude, I swear I did a Rawlings song. I know that I tabbed it out. Did I really never do it? Come on, I did one. No. I swear I did one of his songs. Maybe I just tabbed it out. Anyway, let me know which song you'd wanna hear. Yeah. Baffling, let me know what song you want to hear, and it's always super helpful too if you're willing to throw in some coin to buy me time, because tutorials take a long time. It's soft G. What's soft G? I'm not following along here. It's soft G. Oh, soft G, the major 7? Ah, it is soft G. I know what you mean. I like Bells of Harlem, and the whole new Gillian album is the bomb. So anything would be great, please, and thanks. Love your kids just after learning Sligo River Blues. I'm from Sligo. Hey, how about that? That's awesome. Yeah, I've got 4 kiddos. 10, 8, 5, and almost 2. Yeah. Oh, soft G. I'm confused. Soft G. I thought you meant like the G major 7 was like soft G. I don't even know what that means. So not ga, Gillian, j. Which one's soft G? Come on, I don't know phonics. Hooked on phonics. That is now soft G to me. Yeah, totally. I know the G major 7 being soft G. Hey, Cameron, how's it going, man? What's new? What's been happening? Yeah, and guys, even for songwriting, Cameron's a great songwriter. Check out his stuff. He just commented. Click on him. Check him out. Just prolific songwriter these days. It's exciting to see. These 7th chords are so beautiful. Like here, even without learning fancy shapes, let's talk about this for a minute. Learn your cowboy variations. So a C chord. If you know anything about notes on the guitar, all we're doing is we're finding a higher C. If you know that C is the pointer finger. If you drop it 1 fret down, that's a major 7. So whenever I think of a major 7, I'm not thinking up X amount of notes. I'm thinking, oh, the major 7's 1 underneath my octave. So all I'm doing is lifting my pointer finger. So dreamy. And the reason that's dreamy is because we have a C and a B. And those 2 notes next to each other, you have that dissonance. But that dissonance in the context of a major chord, it works because you have that dissonance of that C and the B, but you have the freaking structure and the foundation and the stability of a major triad. So really beautiful, right? Lots of different ways you can play this chord. Right, really beautiful chord. You can do it. I love it that way. The voicing I'm doing here, I love this one, where you think of a C chord, take that ring finger up to the 3rd fret of the low E string, right? We have that all the time, right? That's a C/G. But then I'm also going to stretch my pinky to the 4th fret of the G string. So I have that dissonance in there, that G, the C against the B. So pretty. Doing a G major 7 to that funky C. And G major 7, the way I normally do it is, again, I'm going to find a G chord, find your higher G, and just drop it 1 fret. So instead of doing 3 up on top, I'm going to do the 2nd fret. Oh, soft G. So dreamy. Now, of course, if that's an F sharp, if you know about octaves, well, instead of doing that F sharp there, I have an F sharp on the 4th fret of my D string. And I can play play it like that, just 3rd fret. I could do the 2nd or skip that string, then the 4th. So I'm doing G or 3rd fret, skip, 4th, open, open. Then a simple C major 7, C without the pointer finger. Then a D7. We know most of our cowboy players know their dominant 7 chords. That's just written as D7. We call it a dominant 7. It's not a major 7. It's not a minor 7. I'm not going to get into the theory here. But that's it. So G major 7, C major 7, G. And this is perfect for like all the rave right now, the lo-fi hip hop. Where it's just like you have like rain sound effects and then 4 hours of study music with rainfall in the background, bubbles. And you don't get sick of it because the major 7s, they create an atmosphere. So it's like the song doesn't have to go anywhere because the tonality itself, you know what I'm saying? Like meditation music, it doesn't go anywhere, but holy cow, does it create a mood? Same with these major 7 chords. Your progression doesn't have to go anywhere because there's a mood to it, and you're hooked on the mood, not on the melody. Hi Mike, greetings from Germany, and a big thank you for your great videos. Yes, can you please break down the Black Label Blues from Gamble Rogers someday? I will check that out. I don't know that I know that one. I've been on a Lightning Hopkins kick. But dude, thanks so much. I'm der dude. I'm glad I could help. I gotta make it to Germany one day. But I'm glad I could help. I'm glad the videos are helpful. It makes me really happy that these videos are reaching so many people. But come on, any questions? You gotta have questions. What do we got? We got 12 people hanging out right now. Come on, fire away at me for a little bit. I'm at least gonna go half an hour today. And don't make me start pulling out random things here. So we did C major 7. We did G major 7. Let's just go through the alphabet. A, okay, we know A is all these 2s. Which one of those higher notes is an A? Well, I can think of it 2 ways. Sometimes I play the blues A, where I got that pinky up on top on the 5th fret. So if that's an A up there, well, this is a really cool way to have that major 7 on top. I'm just gonna do the 4th fret. Right, really beautiful. And this is what people call never having, you don't want your chords to be static. So if you go to the streaming service Malaro for Illinois, I've got a couple albums, and I'm always doing that kind of thing within the chords. Right? That's all just A major. But man, is that way more interesting than me just doing this for 2 bars, right? I'm just doing the A, making it a major 7 by doing the 4th fret. Then I'm just barring all the 2s. That's an F sharp, making it an A6, and then open E, making it finally a normal A triad. So we're giving our static chord motion. Another way to do an A major 7 is, I know A is the 3rd fret on that, 2nd fret on the 3rd string. So again, if I drop that to the 1st fret, that's my major 7, that G sharp. So open, 2, 1, 2. Really beautiful stuff. The B, well, the B is a bar chord, but you should probably know how to move it, because if you have one bar chord down, yeah, they're annoying, but then you can play every single chord. So 2, 4, 4, 4. Same way we did the A, where we had, instead of 2, 2, 2, it was 2, 1, 2. Well, this is going to be 2. Instead of 4, 4, 4, it's going to be 4, 3, 4. And the way I'm doing that is pointer, ring, like a power chord, and then my middle finger is doing the 3rd fret, then my pinky's doing the 4th. And then you can bar the pointer finger if you want to get another 2 up on top. That's a B major 7. You can move that to E. So the 2nd fret is B, 7th fret is E. Beautiful. We talked about the C, just lifting that pointer finger. A, B, C, D. Where is the D on a D chord? The D is the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So if I drop that to the 2nd fret, beautiful, right? I just get straight up 2s. And same trick before, I could do D, D major 7, then put an open in between those 2s. It's a D6. Is that like Fool on the Hill? What Beatles song starts with that chord? I think Fool on the Hill. I'm mixing melodies here. You get the idea. D major 7, D. And then another thing to think about too, you can't do it in all positions, but if I drop that major, so I have the D, down 1 fret is a major 7. Drop it down 2 more from there. That's a major 6. So I have open on that 2nd string. Open 2, open 2. You got it. E. A couple ways to think through this. High E down 1 fret. So remember, high E is the same as the 5th fret on the 2nd string, right? How you tune your guitar. So that 4th fret is your major 7. That's kind of a hard to reach with all the fingers down. Right? So I would maybe get rid of the A string. It's a little easier. Cameron, everybody's talking kind of walks those chords, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't know. Really beautiful E. Cameron, you better write a song with these dreamy chords soon. And the reason I keep doing a 1 to a 4 chord, because diatonically, right, we all know our 1, 4, 5, right? They're the 3 major, well, maybe not all of us, but if you know any theory, you know your 1, 4, 5, those are your major chords. When you make them 7th chords, the 1 chord becomes a major 7. The 4 chord also becomes a major 7. The 5 chord is the dominant. So again, in E, it would be E major 7, E, F sharp, G sharp, A is our 4 chord, A major 7, and then E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, 7. The 5 chord is the dominant one. Right, B7, A major 7, E major 7. And here's a way to play it low, which is kind of like a muddier dreaminess. So I'm going to take the E that's on the D string, and I'm going to drop that down a fret. So now I have open 2, 1, 1. And I kind of play that with some weird fingers because I don't want to bar it, because then it's hard to get the 3rd string open when I bar. I mean, I can do that, but I got to be delicate. So I'm like, playing it in a weird way. Ring, pointer, middle. Where I got that major 7 down low. Oh, those D chords. Yeah. Cameron, I get what you're saying. Everybody's talking. Yeah, I don't know. I've got some already, but I'm always looking for things I've missed. Thanks for going in depth on these fundamentals. Yeah, sure. Let's finish these off. So A, B, C, D, E. We know the F. The F's easy because just that top F we played as open. Beautiful color. I love that. Used all the time. I just did These Days by Jackson Browne and Nico. Great use of that. The other one I always think of is Jerry Jeff Walker's, I love this song, My Old Man. Oh, what a gorgeous song. Makes me cry. So beautiful. And then G we talked about. So that's all of them. And then if you want to keep going, we could do dominant sevens, right? So a dominant seven, instead of going down, subtracting 1 from the octave, you subtract 2. That's it. So A major 7 is open 2, 1, 2. Then we all know A7 open 2, open 2. And that's Something by the Beatles, right? It's not in the key of A. Is it C? Something in the way, something in the way she moves. C major 7, then make it a C dominant 7. Makes me like no other lover. To the F. So that's all chromatic. C major 7, C dominant 7. Now, I know there you got to think through strings, but don't let that scare you, right? So we have C down 1, and then you just got to figure out, okay, well, that open is the same when I tune my guitar as the 4th fret on the G string. So then I subtract 1 more to get to the 3rd fret. And that's where we get a C7 from. That pinky's playing the flat 7. Or if you know that a C is the octave from the 3rd fret is 5th on the G string, subtract 2, and there's our dominant, C dominant 7. So we got A major 7, A dominant 7. We can do the same thing with B. Here's our bar chord, B. 2, 4, 4, 4. Here I've got 2, 4, 3, 4. And then I can just lift that middle finger to bring it down another fret where I bar it with my pointer. 2, 4, 2, 4. B, dominant 7. And you'll notice if I had a capo there, it would just be the same as A. I'm just moving that shape up the neck. That's my dominant, like, A shape. Same thing on C, we talked about that. Lift it, add the pinky, put that first finger down again. Beautiful. A, B, C, D. Well, we kind of did this already, you know. Then we just D7. We all know our cowboy D7. So cool, right? We got D, D major 7, D dominant 7, color it G. E, well, we all know this too. We talked about the weird major 7. Dominant is just having that D string open. Or you can put your pinky down, get that high D. Lots of ways to play that. F, we talked about open. And then here, we get, this one's a little weird because you got that, it's got to be the 4th fret on the B string, right? We did F, E, 4th fret. Kind of hard to stretch, especially thumb over the top. I'm not really doing that, so I'd sacrifice a finger. Another way is like think of your E chord, where you just have the pinky down to do the dominant. You can just move that and play only the inside strings. Right? Don't play the 2 E's because they should be F's, which I can't. Unless you wanted to strum it right now, then we could play it. But it looks like this. So I'm just moving that. Dominant 7, and then G, easy. 3 on the top string, 2 makes it a major 7, 1st fret makes it a dominant 7. Now you've got some beautiful colors in your palette. Play around with them because you can break the rules all the time, especially with dominant 7 chords. You look at jazz songs, Beatles songs, all over the place. You can just play dominant chords wherever you want, you know, C, C7, D7. That's not in the same key, G7, but they kind of work. They have like a sound of their own, these dominant 7 chords. Any other questions? Let's talk about, let's do some minor chords. Let's play through all, well, no, then we're going to get into a can of worms with bar chords. Let's just do a couple. I'll end it on this. I don't want to get carried away talking bar chords today. But if I play just an A minor, you could think, all right, find an A, drop it down 1. That is a rare 7th chord. It has a really dumb name. There's not like a shorthand for it because it's not that common. It's an A minor major 7. That's literally what it's called, A minor major 7. And you'll see it written as A, lowercase m, capital M, 7. Goofy looking chord. A minor major 7. I call it the spy chord. It's like the whodunit chord. Oh, whodunit. Kind of James Bondy. Rare. You don't find that too often. But what we do have is an A minor 7. And what that means literally is it's an A minor chord, but the 7 is also minor, A minor 7. So that means we take that A, which is the 2nd fret, and we drop it down 2 to get to the minor 7. So it's open. So A minor, lift that ring finger, that's your A minor 7. A little more spacious than your regular A minor. Same thing with E minor. We can take this E, drop it 2 frets. Or again, same thing, I can put that D up high. Really beautiful. It's also, you might notice too, like it's everything open except the A string. And you can do the same thing with all the bar chords. Like if you know your B minor bar chord, you find a B, which is what your pinky's playing. And if you drop that 2 frets, that means you just lift it so that it's a bar. 7. Yeah. And then Cameron, if you're still around, man, what I would recommend for you is learn the shapes up the neck. Like if you know a basic, like let's just say the G major 7, and you know how to play it like kind of like the E shape but scrunched a little bit. How do I talk through this without showing you guys tab? If you know your G bar chord, all that we're doing is taking that pinky and going down 1 fret to the 4th fret. But that creates a big old like mouthful of notes to kind of play here. And it's kind of muddy. So most jazz players they'll call it dropping a string. So what I'm going to do is 3rd fret with my pointer, then I'm going to play nothing on the A string. Then I'm going to do ring finger on the 4th fret. That's my major 7 right there. Pinky is still on that major 3rd, which is the 4th fret. And then my middle is on the 5th, which is the 3rd fret. So again, it's only one note that's changing from this bar chord, but you're moving all these fingers even though it's a 1 note change. Now what I'd recommend you look up, Cameron, is that you learn how to invert these. So in other words, what if I play the same chord, but I have the B in the bass, that's that major 7. Or you can, if you know your cage system, you can think of this as like your D shape. You know how we have a D chord, but we put the F sharp in the bass? Right? And we're kind of doing the same thing here. G, we can put the B in the bass, but still keep it a major 7. G major, G major 7, G major 7 in 1st inversion. Then you do it here, G major 7 in 2nd inversion. I love that one. That's the one I talked about earlier. And then in 3rd inversion, really off kilter with that F sharp in the bass. Really pretty stuff, though. different inversions, and some inversions, you know, are dreamier than other ones. Pretty. I don't play those chords enough anymore. I've been on such a folk kick. Talk about squeezing the guitar too hard, man. That's what I'm doing. All right, you people are lovely. There's 9 of you still hanging out. Good stuff. Next Thursday at noon. Be here. Come with questions. It's way cooler if you have questions, because then I feel like, I think I'm still being helpful with this stuff, but you know what I mean. If I'm answering direct questions, then I feel doubly helpful. I like it. I've been learning piano lately, and it's really helped for visualizing what's going on and scales in it. Yes, dude, I know it's not easy on the guitar. The guitar, it's because we have like 6 little instruments here. Where the piano, like, because it's laid out linear, low to high, left to right, without this overlapping nonsense. Plus, you can experiment. Like, if you're just playing C, E, G, Cam, in your right hand, right, major triad, C major, C, E, G. You can just play a C in the bass. They're like, oh, what happens if I put an E in the bass? Oh, that's cool. That's an inversion. It's super easy to do, and I can see it. Let's put a G in the bass. Now, what if I put the B in the bass? That's really weird, right? Boom, you got that major 7 in the bass. And then another thing is, like, just make it a major 7. So you got, you could do B, C, E, G. So you got the B and C next to each other in the right hand. B, C, E, G, right? Use 4 fingers there. Then experiment C in the bass. C major 7 with a C in the bass, C major 7 with an E in the bass, with a G in the bass. It's so much easier on the piano than memorizing all these like weird shapes on the guitar. And then the thing with the piano is that the octaves are exactly the same, right? Because it's the same pattern just repeated, where the guitar is like, how come playing the same chord an octave higher is like so complicated? Good stuff, Mike. Much appreciated. Yeah, Colin, of course. Sun and Tib says thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Join next Thursday. And thank you, Mike. Yeah, you're welcome, Philip. Join next Thursday. I'll be here trying to make it regular. And guys, like I said earlier, please help out. $5 a month. If you're on the $2 a month plan, can I encourage you to do the 5? If you're on the 5, can you do the 15? Also a question. What would it take if you're on the $2 a month plan at mikesmusicmethod.com? What would it take for you to jump to the 5? You know, I'm looking for just like little things I can do that honestly would make a tremendous difference in my life. You know, if I got there's quite a, I mean, I'm very grateful to everyone already. There's probably like 700 people or something. I don't know what it is. I haven't checked in a while. 500. There's a lot of people on that $2 a month plan. But to think if 500 people were willing to give just $3 a month more, then I got a real job. And I can bang out more content. But you get what I'm saying. I appreciate any support that you can give. But I'm always looking for, you know what I mean, just little ways to, simple things I can do that will provide you guys with legit value and enough value to make you cough up a couple more bucks a month to keep this thing going. All right, you're all awesome. I don't want to ramble, though. You're all very welcome. See you next Thursday. Join the Discord if you aren't there already. All right, peace, you guys. Be well. Ciao.